Are you struggling with business studies and wondering what the problem might be? In this video, we will look at 4 possible reasons why you're having difficulty with the subject. Please note that while the following recommendations are based on the South African CAPS Curriculum 2012 for Business Studies, the challenges identified and their respective solutions have universal relevance and can be applied across different curricula and subjects. Number 1, lack of genuine interest. You were never interested in the subject. You might have chosen business studies assuming it was going to be easy, or you might have been forced to take it because of the way that subject choices are structured at your school. In any case, this is a big problem because without genuine interest, it is difficult to stay motivated. However, you can turn this around by identifying topics that you can relate to. For example, team performance and conflict management touches on issues which I see in my daily work life, so I connect really strongly with it. How about you? Which topic do you resonate the most with? Start with that one, and once you're comfortable with it, think of another one. And as you do so, your view of and confidence in the subject will start to improve, and so will your results. Number 2, feeling overwhelmed by the amount of notes. As it stands, business studies is a note-heavy subject, which can be overwhelming if you don't develop a strategy for approaching it. You need to start your preparations as early as possible. First, pick a chapter in each term that you will know thoroughly. For example, legislation, creative thinking, forms of ownership, etc. This way, whenever questions come up on that particular topic, you are guaranteed to ace them. Secondly, you need to understand how your syllabus is structured into main topics and subtopics, and how these appear in your question papers. For example, how they appear in paper 1 and paper 2 respectively. Then, work on mastering one main topic per paper. For example, in paper 1, you have a choice between business environments and business operations. To begin with, just work on mastering one of these topics. In that way, you'll be covered for a decent amount of the paper. For grade 12 learners who just want to be safe, I recommend that for paper 1, you focus on business operations, and paper 2, you focus on business roles, because they both offer a lighter information load than their counterparts. And this ensures that you're covered when you're answering questions 3, 6, and half of question 4 on both papers. Then when you're comfortable, you can move on to knowing the other topics better as well. Number 3, memorizing just to pass. You may be learning for exams and forgetting everything afterwards, meaning that every term you need to relearn the same information. This can be caused by memorizing information without attaching meaning to it. You need to think of business studies as a meal that is best enjoyed in small bites. Rushing through it, or merely memorizing without understanding, can be like swallowing food without chewing it properly. To truly benefit from the subject, you need to savor and really understand the material. At every step of the way, make sure you understand the concepts that you are learning. And ask yourself, how does this apply in reality? Especially my reality. For example, your school is an organization with active business functions. Think about it and ask yourself, who does the finances? Who does the admin? Who manages the school? And how is management structured? When you can attach the content to real things around you, it will be much easier to remember. And you should also engage your teacher and classmates in conversations and debates. This will enable you to establish your own opinions on the various concepts. Number 4, pretending to understand. Your fear of being judged by your classmates or bothering your teacher might be holding you back from asking questions in class. Instead, you choose to sit quietly and pretend to understand. You need to ask questions when you are unclear about something. As a teacher, I love learners who ask questions because it tells me that they are curious and interested in learning. Recently I discovered that in one of my classes, there were learners who didn't understand the word evaluate. And this concerned me because it appears several times in the notes, and it is a fundamental part of business processes. So I had to stop everything, explain the word, and check for understanding before moving on to anything else. I urge you, please make use of your teachers and ask them questions. It is our job to clarify concepts for you. If you fear judgment, you can approach your teacher privately. Or alternatively, you can just find one friend to have discussions with. They might even find simpler ways of explaining things to you. Just remember, everybody starts from a point of not knowing, so there's no shame in asking questions. Ultimately, understanding business studies goes beyond just passing exams. It provides you with a deeper understanding of the business world and teaches you to think like a leader, which can be a great advantage in many careers, especially those that are business related. So I encourage you, embrace the challenges, engage with the content, ask questions, and prioritize true understanding over mere memorization. Now tell me, are there any other challenges that you have faced with business studies? Please share them with me. I would love to hear your experiences and suggestions. That way, we can keep growing together.